What a week for gold and silver. We're going to take a look at the gold and silver prices. We'll do all the usual stuff. And I'll tell you, why am I wearing fly sunglasses? Look, if you want to find out, and this is the replay, use the time codes below, people. But if you're watching this live, you get to enjoy everything we do here at Good Morning Stackers. Let's get the theme song going on.
Good morning, Stackers.
Oh yeah, we're feeling fine.
Good morning, Stackers.
It's podcast time.
Grab a tasty beverage. Let's get in the groove.
There you go, funky people. It's so glad to see you on a Monday the July the 8th, 2024. My name is Joe Main. I have worked in the precious metals industry in Australia in customer service and then social media for 11 years. And now I do this show. I'm a stacker, been a stacker for a long time. And I do this show and I talk to you and we have a great time here at GMS. Hit the big red subscribe button. Hit the like button for the algorithm. We're going to go through gold, silver, platinum as well. Maybe the gold to silver ratio, some other stuff. And of course, all the other amazing things we do here, including shout outs. I've got to tell you about my brand partner soon as well. But let's do it, people. GMS says, Pete, repeat. Oh, it's working again where I click on the thing and, oh, great, fantastic. Mark, Florida is in the house. Florida man, GMS, he says... GMS hit 400 subscribers. Congratulations, onwards to 500. I love when my subscribers do my work for me, which I thought at some point in the show I'd mention my subscribers, but you do it for me, and that's what I absolutely love. That's the GMS family. It's the GMS way. So yes, 404 or 405 subscribers now. And this is July. We're still within this is the third month of the show, I think. We haven't even hit the 3-month mark. We're in the, third month. Just kicking goals, people. The Don is in the house. GMS Hall. Hope you had a lovely weekend. I had a great weekend. It was my son's 6th birthday party. We had it at one of those kind of trampoline-y things. It was a great time. Lots of kids, and it was just a really good experience. And also, the silver and gold price have done quite well. They closed really well. We'll take a look at that in a second, of course. But again, use the time codes if you're so impatient that you don't like all this stuff beforehand. That's what I forgot within the first minute of the show. Oh my goodness. All right, here we go. The Synchronised Slurp. That's where you grab a tasty beverage of your favorite whatever, I don't care, as long as it's a healthy thing, and we slurp it synchronously. We normally do it within the first minute of the show, but I got too excited because I missed you guys. All right, here we go. In 3, 2, slurp it. Let's continue to do the shout outs. The Don says, oh, Lance is in the house. Great to see you. Lance, you're always changing your name. Oh, Lance. LB, Lance. Who are you, Lance? Are you LB? Are you Lance today? Are you LB today? What's going on? The Don says, congratulations on 400 subs. Thank you. Congratulations on 400. Fantastic. Denny Lou's back in the house. Good morning, GMS, and happy to be with you all. We're happy that you're here as well. LB is Lance again. Yeah, that's right. 500 by the end of July? You never know, quite possibly. What I'd love to see is me at 500 subscribers by the end of July. I'd also like to see silver above $31 at the end of July, and all my previous subscribers know why. I'll tell you for my new subscribers in just a second. Hazza says, Jason says, g'day Joe. Hazza says GSM. Hazza says GSM. Let me see. The GSM of this paper feels around about 80 GSM. How do I know that? Because I used to work at Officeworks when I was a young tacker. And I worked in the stationery section, and I know all about GSM, about the thickness and the thing. So GSM, Hazza. Lance says, trying to hide. Yeah, good luck, mate. People were lost with LB on the other channels I am on. Oh, wow. So first name and no last now. Interesting. Peter says, keep us guessing. That's right. Hazard says, hope everyone is well and ready for a fresh week. Speaking of yeah, there you go, son. GMS, exactly. Speaking of a fresh week, Hazard, let's take a look at the price of gold. We'll do gold first. And why? Oh, no, we'll quickly explain. Why was I wearing these? Why was I wearing these? because just a quick reminder, people, on Thursday I will be in transit. I'm on my way to Singapore because I am a singer, as you know. I perform in a U2 tribute band. So this is actually, these are the Fly Glasses. These are not Bono's original ones, but these are the exact design, the exact make, and the exact design. So the exact ones that he had back then. So we try to do things very to the letter with our tributes, and so I wear costumes that are very, very much like it, and I buy like really expensive. These are like $270 something. They're really expensive glasses. I have another really expensive set of titanium glasses, titanium frame glasses, the exact design and model and all that. I take it very seriously, but I'm going to Singapore. I'll be in transit on Thursday. Therefore, you will not have a show on Thursday. If you miss me on Thursday, sorry, I will be on a plane for 7 hours. Head over to Singapore. Friday, I will attempt to do a live show from Singapore. Just depends on a bunch of things. How's my voice holding up? All that kind of stuff. But possibly look out for a live show on Friday. Of course, tomorrow you'll get it live, I think. And Wednesday you should get the normal live shows. So I do a Friday night U2 show, a Saturday night U2 show, and then do a little bit of sightseeing on Sunday, and then take a plane home Sunday night. So that's what's going on. That's hence why I'm wearing the Fly Glasses. As it says, sounds like you had a great turnout. Well, I haven't been there yet, so I will. It will be a great turnout. It's the Asia Beer, the Beer Fest Asia. It's their 14th year of doing it. It's a great thing. There's thousands of people. It's a really good time. Apparently, it'll be my first time in Singapore. Anyway, speaking of gold, random, let's go to gold. Here we are. You've hit the time code, and you're looking at gold. What a week! Excuse me, I have to drink a lot of water today. I've got to save this voice for the weekend coming in Singapore. What a week it was for gold. Absolutely amazing to see. So we had been talking. So just where are we? It closed the weekend, and we've just opened as well, but it closed the weekend at $2,393 basically. So after we broke up and we were talking about this downtrend line right here, we had spent a few days above it, and we were talking about how it's holding, it's holding there, it's above, looking, possible. We had that retest right there. We had almost a second retest there, a quick move. So I guess you would call it a failed move to break down, and then a fast move in the opposite direction. And this level here, 2,350, we closed basically right on it, just slightly above. A little bit of a spike, but we did close technically above this level right here. So that was a good sign, even though it was very imperceptible. Can I show you right here? Let me zoom in. I just want to show you this. It's good to see the workings, the inner workings right here. Even though it was very imperceptible, here's that previous resistance level, 2,352, technically, and then we closed at 2,353. So because it was technically a close above this level right here on a daily time frame, that gave pause to think, ooh, onwards and upwards, yeah. So that next day was a failed fake out, if that makes sense. So we didn't see a similar thing like here where we saw the breakout and then the fake out, so then a fast move down. This held, and that gave me pause to think, oh, okay, that's looking good. You don't normally, you don't normally see fake outs for the second time, but then just on the Friday, just shooting. What do you know? Around about 2,350 as the support came down, spiked down, and then rocketed nearly $50 in a 24-hour period to come up close to the final hurdle of 2,400 US dollars. Why is it a final hurdle for me? Let me show you right here. I think it's pretty obvious, but you can see this cluster of resistance over here. So for me, this is final hurdle for new all-time highs. Now, new all-time highs just in general, but new all-time highs coming soon, okay? So let me just show you why. If you don't remember, I'm going to show you right here. It was because of, where was it? I think it was because of this and this. Let me just double check. This is the Fibonacci. No, that's not going to be the reason. I think it was based on this one and this one. Let's go with that little chestnut? Yes, it was. Sorry, it was. This one and this one right here. So I took a Fibonacci back before we hit the previous new all-time high, which was 2,450. Back here, I've been talking about this Fibonacci level from this high and this low. And as you will remember, I had been talking about, and I drew it in before when we were down here, I drew it in. This was the 0.786 Fibonacci level from this high and this low, and it was at $2,400 US. So I said, watch for $2,400 to be a level of resistance. Then we found that resistance right there. What do you know? We came down to find support at the this Fibonacci level of the 0.618 at 2,373. And then we did. And I said before we broke above, I said, this is the line in the sand, the final hurdle for new all-time highs to be coming soon. We broke it, then we made a new all-time high. But then we broke below, spent a bit of time. So again, this is still a final hurdle for new all-time highs coming soon. If we do not break, let me get rid of the fib. If we do not break and hold above 2,400, if we just keep ranging for a while, then I have to say, sorry, just based on the evidence, we're not making new all-time highs soon until we break and close, preferably a week, preferably a month, but yeah, preferably a week above, not a day. You can have a spike up on the day, but yeah, preferably a week or a month. So that's why it's a key level for me. So it's looking incredibly positive. What a week for gold and silver, a nearly $50 move in that time, but we're not there just yet. So we're near the final hurdle, but not yet. What I would love to see is, look, probably for a healthy move, what you would want to see to say, oh, that 2,400 final hurdle is coming, is maybe a move anywhere down to this previous little spike right here, and that's at $2,370. Gee, what does that line up with roughly? Does that line up with roughly anything? I think it might do. Give me a second, people. Did that line up with there? Yeah, okay, ish. Yeah, around about that level, 2,370. You would want to have that as support and then bounce off and then see it make its way up to 2,400. Breaking 2,370. Yeah, look, you could come. Yeah, I wouldn't want to come anywhere down 2,370. So I would want to see it find a support there. That's preferable. In order to say we're going to make another play for the 2,400 level, we could just make that today. Because bear in mind, you can get faked out on the time frames, and particularly on the start of new time frames. It's the start of a new day, but it's also the start of a new week. So let's take a look at the weekly. Great to see. Look at this weekly candle. Look at that close. This is just textbook stuff. I just love this stuff. Broke on the weekly time frame. Broke, found support at the downtrend line right here, and then just rocketed right up. So it's great to see. So you could see a weekly spike anywhere down to that 2,370, but preferably what I was talking about, is the fake outs. You can see, even though we've opened this week, the week has just started, we're in the first 2 hours of the week, of the new week, even though you see a bit of red today, doesn't mean it's going to stay like that. So you could see a little wick down, and then this week could absolutely sail through 2,400. That's what we'd all love to see. But until I see that, until it closes that week above, then I just have to remain, on the fence for that. But that's the final hurdle. What would negate all of this? Of course, if this is a massive fake out, I would say if we break and close the week, I will keep it here at 2,350. I'd like to see support there, but I'll keep it at 2,350 as the line in the sand to say, yeah, no, you really don't want to close below there. Closing any week below 2,350 says, oh no, that ain't good. And then we're heading back down. So right now, I'm still in the, I'd give it while we're above 2,370 right here, I'm going to do a 2080 now. I'm moving from 3070 to 2080. So an 80% chance that we are going to see new all-time highs, and this broken really soon. And more so though, now only a 20% chance, but it's still a chance, 20% chance that we hit my best buy zone of down here of 2,250 anywhere down to 2,150. Less likely at this stage while we're above the 2,370 mark. And that's pretty much it. So looking really positive for gold. I don't think that's a playing out Head and Shoulders anymore. I don't seeing as though we've seen this weekly candle right there. I really don't think so, but I'll just give that still a 20% chance at this stage. So looking really positive for gold. That is gold. I'm going to show you in the meantime. Where am my photos? No. Where are we? I'll come back to there. Where are we? No. Why did I close out of it? Did I close out of it? No, I did. Okay. Anyway, let's go back to right here for a second because I've got to show you something and I'll do some shout outs and all that kind of jazz. Give me one moment. Why didn't that come up before? I don't know. Right there. And share the screen. Of course. Quick plug for my brand partner, Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au. They are my brand partner. They also happen to be one of my clients. What am I talking about, Joe? I help businesses, any kind of business, launch and grow on social media, particularly YouTube channels, but then all the other social media stuff as well. So Perth Bullion Exchange are not only my preferred brand partner right now, my preferred dealer, because they are Australia's first dealer to offer express shipping on all discount volume. So buy over a certain amount, you get free shipping. Never heard of in Australia before. You could never ever get free shipping unless something bad happened to your order, and then they say, okay, we'll give you free shipping this time. You get free shipping every single time you buy over a certain quantity at perthbullion.com.au. So they're my brand partner, but I also have been teaching them the skills of how to create consistently engaging content. They've got a YouTube channel, which now has almost more subscribers than me. They are rocketing up. They've had videos which have had thousands of views now already, and just since they started the channel at the beginning of May. So this is me showing you how to do it. I can do it for your business. If you have a business, or if you know anyone has a business that can benefit from more customers and growing a community like we are here at the GMS family, this is what I do for a living. So you send them my way, we have a chat, and then I charge you money. And because I'm a dirty, greedy capitalist, because daddy got to pay for the bills. So that is my brand partner plugs and a plug for myself. Let's take a look at silver. Oh, this is looking great. It is looking fantastic. Excuse me. This is so good to see. And congratulations to everyone. Give yourselves a pat on the back. If you've been dollar cost averaging, it's certainly the best way to do it. And just congratulate yourself for being in the precious metals. Look, there's other things that are doing great too, but, look at the stock market, etc. But hey, if you have both, that's fantastic. But just really give yourself a pat on the back for all the naysayers in your life who are saying this gold and silver thing's never. What are you doing? You're just a coin collector, are you? Oh, you're just your pretty little coins. Like, no. You don't get it. We're stackers, and it's great to see this price. So. What have I been talking about? My final hurdle, close on monthly. It is amazing to see that we closed the week above $31. That has been my final hurdle to say that we are 100% in a bull market. We are 99.99% in a bull market. I never say 100%. I shouldn't because, black swans and all that sort of stuff. But let's just say rounding up to 100%. Are we all smart enough to understand that when I say 100%, I don't mean literally 100% because that's dumb because of black swan events, but we can round up to 100%. Closing any month, and I have to stick with a month. It's great to see silver above 31, that it closed on the weekly. That's incredibly positive. Just for me, though, I need to see it close any month, preferably July, but any month above $31 because, you can see moves where, we come back down here and we don't close July above it. It's like, okay. So any monthly close above tells me that we're 100% in a bull market. I'm already 99% there because we're above $26. We're above this very long-term downtrend line right there. We broke above. We had almost a retest, and we're pretty much on our way upwards. I've just got to see that close above 31, but it's great to see. So on the weekly time frame, let's take a look at the relative strength index. Yes, son of a bee. Where are we? Right there. On the relative strength index, and I want to show you the monthly time frame. You really need to check out the monthly. But on the relative strength index, the double, what looked like to be a double top right there on the relative strength index, it looked like we were moving down, but look, we're above the average right now on the weekly. So that's great to see. So we are trending back upwards again. That's a positive sign. And again, very positive that we've closed a week above 31. Incredibly positive. Just got to wait for the monthly. But speaking of the monthly, look at this. This is tasty, very tasty, and I love it. Look at this. On the relative strength index on the monthly time frame, we did have that peak above this level right here, and we are ticking back up. Now, understand that because we are in the month of July, that doesn't mean that this stays. So for example, if we have a big spike below, if we have a big move down and we close the month a lot below where we are right now, then this goes from up. It's like the apex. It's like a little corner right there. It just goes boop like that, and then it actually points downwards. So it's great to see it up, but it's not a close of the month yet. But it's a great positive sign. Okay, so that's where we are with silver. And in terms of the daily time frame, let's have a quick look as well. And we're moving up on the daily time frame too. So that's great to see. We're in between these two ranges right here. You've got that level at 55.25. You've got this little level here at 64 something. So we're in between. I would say until we're above here. No, look, I'll leave that. We're trending upwards, which is great to see. So what would negate all of this? Let me just move this back down. Of course, negating all of this would be a support level. You can pretty clearly see it here. I'll just pop it there. I think that would be the most obvious at around about $30.70 US cents. Let's see if we do some Fibonacci. Let's see if there's any other more clear levels. So I'll go back to 32.50. We'll pop that down to there. Okay. Yeah, okay, fair point. All right, I'm going to move that. Let's see. So that's that level right there. Okay, I'll move that down to around about there. I wouldn't want to see it close any day, and preferably any week, below $30.55 US cents. Getting a little bit detailed there, but around about your $30.60, $30.70 kind of area right there. You want to see that hold as support and bounce off, and then make our way up, onwards and upwards. Preferably, really, I just want to see $31 as the support, but I don't want to go any lower than this area right here. So that's again between about $30.50 and $30.70. Call it a 20-cent range. We're really splitting hairs here, but we're looking at this on the daily. Now, does the daily really matter? It actually does. It does for a sort of a general direction, sort of an intraday direction. But now I have to say, as of right now, what's my percentage likelihood that we see my best buy zone hit right now? That's probably a 1090, maybe just a 10% chance at this stage. Because we're above 31 US dollars, I'd have to say probably now only a 10% chance that we hit the best buy zone, that we come back to visit that, of $28 anywhere down to $26. Am I saying we never get there again? No, but just a 10% chance at this stage while we're above 31. As I said, if we close the month above 31, any month, then I'm going to go to basically 100% no chance, right? You know what I mean by 100%, of course. And what I mean by that is we see, higher and higher prices before any massive bear market later on down the track. We're talking, years from now. Could we come back to 26 in, 10 years from now? Yeah, of course we could. Anything could happen. But only a 10% chance we see, my best buy zone hit soon while we're above 31 US dollars. Now, in the description of the video, I had been talking about what are the targets, the next targets as well. Let me do that for silver, and I'll quickly go back for gold on that. But the next major targets, if let's blue sky think for a second, because it has been a very positive week. If we see a continuation of the trend and we continue up, the next level for me is a Fibonacci level, and it's right here at $38.40 something cents. That's just a little area of resistance. It had been, and I've got to keep it for now. And I'll be completely happy to be wrong, by the way. I have had this level drawn in, and I don't know why it's not there. Let me see if I get my rectangular box. Fibonacci retracement rectangle. There she is, right there. Okay, I've had drawn in, and this could be a complete underestimate now, but I've had this drawn in for a while. This is actually when I worked for a previous bullion dealer earlier this year and late and all of last year as well, and a little bit of the year before. I did a video entitled, and at the start of this year for that company, I did a video about my silver forecast for 2024. What's the most reasonable target that I think it could hit? The most reasonable target I said would be anywhere between $37 to $40 US for 2024. Man, I could be completely underestimating that, but I will stick with it for now. I didn't think it was more likely that we would hit, that we'd make a play for the all-time high in 2024. So we're in July. We've got another 6 months. This is the monthly chart right here. Gee, we've been doing quite well. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's less likely for me that in the next 6 months we hit there. It is just more likely for me that we find, because it's a very significant Fibonacci level, I'm going to stick with it for now, 37 to 40 US dollars, and this could be completely a complete underestimate, and I'm willing to be wrong on that, and I'll be happy to be wrong. I've just got to stick with my guns for the moment. So 37 to 40 is the next target for me. It could be an area of resistance. If we sail through it, then you're definitely making the play for the all-time high. Can you imagine hitting the previous all-time high in 2024? A lot of people are calling for it. I'm just going to remain a little bit more conservative, that 37 to 40 mark. Just watch out for at least an area of resistance. So what are we talking? End of the year. That's here. So right there, let me just show you on the horizontal. Nope, the vertical. The end of the year is right there. So I notice it's getting a little bit, I'll get a little bit closer in. Right there. Yeah, look. And up to 40, mind you. So I think we could spike up to that area and maybe we close around that area. That seems likely to me. I just don't see the 48 this year, and I could be completely wrong, but yeah, looking more likely for me. You could think I'm an idiot, and that's okay, and you can tell me in the comments below that we're shooting to the moon, we're going to $100 in 2024. I don't think that's the case, but more likely that 37 to 40. And quickly, let me just go back to gold. Gold, the next major target for me. Sorry about all this, these individual lines and all that. The next major target is going to be at, where are my fibs? That's my fib. Yeah, 25. I had that as a no, not that one. Give me 1 second, people. I've got all my Fibonacci lines drawn in. Visible range. Well, I've got it right here. The next big target will probably be 3,000 USD. Big psychological value. So we'll stick with that for now. But I did have, what was that 2,500 thing that I had drawn in? That's from that high and that high. Yeah, I'm not so sure about that. Let me just go back a second. And let me go to here. Let me do this. I should have already had this drawn in. Let me do that and that. Okay, so 1.618 of, yeah, no, look, the next major one is going to be your $3,000 level. That's pretty much it, your next big one. Am I saying we're going there this year? No, I'm just saying that's the big major target. Probably the interim there is around about your $2,500 level. Well, they're almost there. So, yeah, let's stick with the 3,000 for now. Definitely not saying it's going to 3,000 in 2024. That's a pretty big jump. That's all the way up there, but saying that's the big next major target. I would say the psychological value. So that is gold, that is silver. Let's do platinum, and then we'll do the gold to silver ratio, and then we'll do some comments, and then we'll get out of here. Here is platinum on the monthly time frame. Oh man, it is absolutely playing with my emotions. It's toying with me, the fickle mistress that it is. So we even had a great move. This is on the weekly time frame. We have closed. We spiked above. Last week we spiked above this downtrend line right here, and we've closed within the, okay, that's interesting. Okay, let's see what happens zone. As you know, for platinum, this is all very technical stuff here. When we're in this area, I'm depressed. When we're in this area right here, I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever, let's see. When we're above here, I'm getting excited. And when we close any month above 1,115 to 1,120, I will tell you I am 100%, bullish on platinum. And then it just means, yeah, we could have another dip back down, but no, we are bullish in platinum, and it's go time for platinum. Tomorrow I'll make an announcement now. Tomorrow I will do a platinum versus gold and a platinum versus silver ratio video. That will be tomorrow, unless something crazy happens in the world and I have to talk about it. We'll do that. So it's great to see. Look, it's very positive to see that we've closed within this range and the top end of that range too. So what you could potentially see, unless platinum does its usual thing, which it just fakes me out every single damn time and heads back into the depressed zone. If it closes this week above here, I'm going to start getting excited for platinum. I have platinum myself, a little bit of platinum. I have a tiny bit of gold. I have a little bit of platinum. I'm mostly silver. But I tell you right now, if when we get to this area up here, and particularly if based it on, I have to look at the ratio of platinum to gold and platinum to silver, of which I will do tomorrow for you live, I may consider swapping out some of my precious metals for more platinum, or maybe just getting more into platinum. But we'll take a look at that tomorrow. But anyway, great to see. I just need to see it hold this level right here, this downtrend line, and that's around about $980. While we're above there, it's like, okay, let's see what happens with platinum when we're above here, and that's around anywhere above, say, $1,030 per ounce for platinum. I'm getting excited. So I'm getting a little cautiously excited, but again, we're in the whatever zone because it always flirts with me. And if it just headed way back down to $950 back into this zone, I'd be like, yeah, it's just what it does. So that is platinum, and just watch out for my best buy zone. Not saying it's going there at this stage. I'd give that a 20% chance of hitting the best buy zones. So that's 900 anywhere down to 750. Just keep it in the back of your mind. That is gold, silver, platinum. Let's do the gold to silver ratio, and then we'll get to final comments, and then we'll get out of here. Okay, so we closed the week. Goodness me, we closed the week below this uptrend line right here. So this was going through a couple of points. And I'll show you here on the 4 hourly. This is the gold to silver ratio, which measures the price of gold by the price of silver, and you get a ratio number. Out of interest, so here's where we had this start point here and this point here. We respected this trend line until we just broke through it, and we closed the week below it. So interesting. It tells me that silver might continue to outperform gold. What you need to know, though, on the relative strength index on the 4 hourly time frame, we've been twice now in gold being undervalued. Okay, so we have spent a lot of time there. So in the next 24 hours, couple of days, if we do see gold outperforming silver, that's probably why, because we spent a lot of time here. That's a 4 hourly. Let's look at the daily, though. Little different story on the daily. We are trending down. We thought this was heading up in the right direction, but gee, what do you know? As I said, even technical analysis on relative strength index can also play out. Right here, what do you know? This was this resistance level right there. Resistance, 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 found resistance, and then a fast move to the downside. So we are trending down on the relative strength index, which means that's good for silver. It means silver is outperforming gold. So trending down at the moment, just bear that in mind. And we're under this trend line. So you could potentially see on the weekly time frame, we have been here. Still, the trend is down. Okay. You could see a potential spike above and a potential resistance level around about here, and then we head back down. It's more likely, so I'll say more than a 50% chance that silver will outperform gold in the next few weeks coming. It's not 100%, more than a 50% chance. I'll give it a 60%, whatever you want to call it. Watch out for resistance there. If we break up and then break up above into this zone with my noisy children in the background coughing, you would see gold outperforming silver right there, but just watch for that level. And the next major level for silver is at, for the gold to silver ratio, is at 75. If we come back down to 75 here, watch for a double bounce. You never know, watch for a double bounce, but more likely it's taken out. The more times you knock on the trapdoor, the more likely it is to be taken out. So could second time be a charm, and then silver continues to outperform gold? Quite possibly. What am I looking for in the gold to silver ratio where I would start to go, ooh, consider swapping some of my silver for gold? Maybe a little bit down here at 70, but probably mainly all the way down here. I think it's probably eventually heading to at least the 50 mark. That is not financial advice, and don't wait for me, okay? Don't do what I do. I'm just saying that would be a big level that a lot of people would look at and go, geez, it's at the halfway point. It's at the 50 level. Gee, I have a lot of silver. I might swap some of that into gold, which would then make this gold to silver ratio go back up again. Does that make sense? Hope it does. But very positive for silver holders this week and the last week as well. That's gold, that's silver, that's the gold to silver ratio. We did platinum. Let's go to some comments and then we'll get out of here. That's it, people. Do you have any questions? Do you have any comments? Do you have any queries? Let me know. And then we'll talk about, again, tomorrow we'll do a platinum against gold and platinum against silver ratio. We'll talk about those and how undervalued platinum might be in relation to those. But let's do some quick shout outs. Let's see. I love the shout outs. This is great. We're getting a little political here as well. That's fine. I'm okay. Personally, I'm okay to get political, a little bit political on this show. But let's, here we go. GMS, Tony Peterson. It took me this long to get to your GMS. Knackers O'Reilly might still be in the house, so that's good, hopefully. Let's see. Morning, all, says David Williams. Tony Peterson says, whether or not Biden will step down is spooking the markets. My humble opinion, and let me get a little philosophical for a second. I say my opinion, but it's probably not my opinion, because believe what you want to believe. We don't form our own opinions. Basically, our opinions are assigned to us by the people that we listen to. Yeah, and so you think you're making up your own mind. You're probably not. You probably have these confirmation biases, and you're looking for sources to match what you wanted to do or what you thought in the first place. So the following, it's my opinion, but he won't step down. He's not going to step down. He will have to be forced to step down. He's not going to do it himself. Because, trust me, I lived through 10 years of someone going through a cognitive decline. And I don't want to use all the words and all that kind of stuff just because the algorithm, in case the YouTube censor this video and stuff. So I won't use the D word. I'll use the decline word, the cognitive decline. I lived literally with someone for 10 years. My grandfather went through that whole thing. And there's that point of the denial stage. And Biden's in the denial stage, absolutely. And I don't think he will step down at all. And I actually don't think they don't have any other options. What other options do they have? Kamala? That's even worse. What the current thought is that Biden will stay in, but he's kind of like Kamala will remain as VP for now. And what will happen is they'll just kind of subtly say, well, a vote for Biden really is a vote for Kamala. So hey, if you want to vote for Biden, because you really hate Trump and, you want to see anyone in but Trump, vote for Biden. But, really Kamala will be running the show. And really it'll be us telling Kamala what to do, who tells Biden what to do. So do you know what I mean? It's kind of like very much the puppet show. So he's not going to leave. People run to tangible assets in times of insecurity. Yes, they do. Lance says, I love greedy capitalism. Me too. Tony Pearson says, Kamala, maniacal laughter. Harris might just get to wear the purple suit sitting behind the White House desk. Nah. Oh, as per the Simpsons prophecy. Really? Is there a Simpsons prophecy about Kamala? Really? What? When did that come out? I would love to know. Good old Simpsons things. Many stackers cross over to the dark side of collectibles. Yes, they do. Speaking of the collectibles, well, I have, just out of interest, hang on a second, just so you know, what is this? We did this, you've already seen these. This is the, let me just get rid of that. This is the 2015 silver DeLorean, 1 ounce silver colored coin in the proof version, in the DeLorean car, like a little, there's actual, I won't open it, but that's the actual, like an actual model car of the DeLorean. Only 7,500 made worldwide. It was to celebrate Back to the Future in 2015. I have, the reason I said, I auctioned off one of these and it went for about 285 Australian dollars. I have a few more of these. And so I'm selling them at the moment for $280 with free shipping. So if anyone would like one of these, and you can go back to one of my previous videos where I actually unboxed one of these and you can see it in all its glory. It lights up. It's a whole thing. The wheels turn up like the hovercraft that it was. I'm selling it for 280 Australian dollars each. I have 4 or 5 of these and 280 each with free shipping. But I posted that on the Gold and Silver Stackers Australia forum. But hey, you want to send me a message? Send me a message at gmstackers@gmail.com, gmstackers@gmail.com if you want one of those beauties. Again, 7,500 minted worldwide. Right there, little plug for me and a plug for my stuff. Oh no, Tony, Simpson shows are weird indications of what's to happen. I don't believe that. I don't believe in it. I don't believe that. I think it's all coincidence because there's been how many hundreds of Simpsons episodes now? Yeah, I don't believe that. I think it's just coincidence. The Simpsons also did an episode where Biden was laying prone. Yes, but don't forget about this. I was posting stuff on socials 4 years ago talking about Biden's decline because it's been obvious to me and been obvious to many people. So if it's obvious to them, they're going to make jokes about it. So I don't believe in the Simpsons prophecy stuff, but it's fun to talk about. Let's see. Mark Florida says, that was to someone else. Fantastic. Tony, The Simpsons is Western society's modern-day Nostradamus. It is. Yeah, it seems to be, doesn't it? Let's see. People. Tony Pearson. The Aussie News this morning said we are getting USA drones in a few months. When all else fails, take them to war. Yeah, I forget who said that, though. Someone greedy. That we're getting USA drones. Why? Why are we getting USA drones? Okay. Sounds interesting. Climbing up there, Joe. Yes, the price is. Absolutely. Gerald Salente said that. I like Gerald Salente. Pete says about platinum. Platinum is not for me, but BN have 5 gram bars at the moment. Oh, yeah, if someone's interested in getting a little cheaper than 1 ounce. Fractional platinum might be a thing more later on down the track when platinum goes to gold's price and even potentially higher. Like and subscribe, people. Like and subscribe. Mike Maloney said he'd convert. Oh, did he? See, I love this. And you can't read my mind and all that. I promise you, I know I love Mike. I've followed Mike for a long time, but I don't watch his videos when he brings them out these days. It's just because I know his general vibe. So I don't watch every individual video. The last video I've watched of his would have been months and months and months ago. So looks like he said he'd convert silver to gold when it hits 50-1. It's a very, it's an obvious one. When you look on the chart, the gold to silver ratio, it's really obvious. And it's also a psychological thing as well. So, hey, if it's good enough for Mike Maloney and I say it too, well, then confirmation, double confirmation, Mike Maloney, plus I said it too, well, then that's all you need to know. Not financial advice and all that stuff, but, I could see myself swapping some silver for gold at that 50 range. Let's do a big psychological sigh. The French is throwing out macaroni. Good. Hopefully. Sounds like elder abuse. It is complete elder. If you're talking about Biden, it is complete elder abuse. Let's see. Although some people would say that, and that sounds terrible, but some people say that's well deserved because he hasn't been a nice person when he was cogent, of which he is not now. Tony Pearson says lots of the world's governments are changing colours and of their puppet governments at the moment. Yes. Okay. Let's see. Last comments, people. Pete says, I bought some of the Ram's Head throwback of the sixpence. Fantastic. And the last comment here is, because we are in bed with them. Yeah, well, look, we could do a whole political show. Out of interest, I'll mention it now, and this has just been a random thought, okay? It only came to me this morning. And I don't know if I'm going to do the following. I'm just going to float it, and maybe you guys can let me know what you think. At a certain point, and it might not be, I don't know, maybe it's when I hit 1,000 subscribers, or maybe it's sooner, and give me your first initial thoughts on this. I'm thinking of weaving in some kind of subscription service, and it would be very cheap, and would offer a lot of features. So, off the top of my head, and I'm not saying I'm doing this, I just literally had this thought this morning. I'm considering doing eventually something like a $5, and I'm just throwing out numbers here, but a $5 a month. And for $5 a month, I might do it on YouTube, or I might do it. There's a great website called locals.com, where you can join communities like that. So for around $5, it doesn't. All this stuff would still be free, but there's just optional extras. So I'm thinking $5 a month, maybe something like that, gets you access to extra videos. There's lots of stuff that I want to talk about, which is sort of extra stuff, but not to do with bullion. It might be cryptocurrency stuff. It might be to do with health and wellness. I'm just so into health and wellness as well. And just, it might be, really political stuff, but all that kind of, and it'd be a private subscription where it's just anyone can join and anyone can be a free member of the GMS family. And I'll continue to do the daily show, but I might do added extras too. And part of this would include, and I've got to speak to the people, but part of this would include some kind of incentive for buying bullion, preferably at Perth Bullion Exchange. So maybe you get some kind of extra discount, a percentage, or a free this or a something when you use a particular code that I give you if you're a member of the show, a member of the subscription service. I don't know how it all works, but I feel like there's so much more I want to do, talking about other subjects which aren't just particularly bullion related, but I also want to give back. And I would like to make some extra cash from doing this too. So if I can provide value, as long as I'm providing enough value that you deem it worth it, it could be worth $5 a month from you guys if you want to join that extra community. I'm not saying I'm doing it. I'm just kind of thinking about it. So I'd love to post your thoughts right now. Is that something, and you can give me your thoughts. What would you want to see if I said, hey, I'm starting this private extra community, $5 a month? What would you need to see in order to go, that's worth $5 a month? It's always extra content, but is it a little bit of a discount at Perth Bullion Exchange? I'm not saying that's happening, but I'm just floating ideas. Tell me what you think. Post a comment below right now, and then we will get out of here, people. Let's see, any other comments? Pete repeats, says, get on Rumble, Joe. Say what you like there. Yeah, in terms of I can certainly do that on Rumble. Yeah. I know there are podcasters that they live stream. So I'm live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter right now on X. But then I do know if you use Rumble Studio, you can do Rumble, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and all that. So I might start coming from Rumble maybe, but the locals service is really good. Does that float your boat, anyone? I don't think I'm being greedy with it. I would be offering all this remains free, but just be like an optional extra as well, providing a lot of value. So I think that's, I don't know, I think I like the idea of that. I'm just floating it. I just want your ideas. True Pete, lots of truth spoken on Rumble, yes, but the whole point of doing, say, a locals.com extra subscription service would be just so, you can get my extra thoughts on political stuff, on health and wellness in particular, on just random stuff, random videos that I want to make. Just all this random stuff. I've got so many different ideas. Plus, again, a potential financial incentive as well for a discount at a bullion dealer, something like that. So Alan G says, I'm super late. Welcome, Alan G. Super late here, but good morning, everyone. See you next time. He's in, he's out. Yeah, we saved you a seat, mate. You're always welcome here. So let me know what you think about that potential idea. Just floating it. Send me an email to gmstackers@gmail.com, gmstackers@gmail.com, or post a comment in the video afterwards. Let me know your thoughts. A subscription service, maybe. I think I'm just floating the idea. So that has been Good Morning Stackers. And someone said, can you sing it out? Can you sing us out? I can't. Sorry, Knackers. Right now, I can't sing us out. The reason being, let me do that, and do that. Can you sing us out? Unfortunately not, because I lost my voice last weekend, unfortunately, and I'm still getting it back. And I'm going to Singapore the end of this week to do 2 shows at a festival. And I don't want to sing too much. My voice is still like 85% there. I really shouldn't be doing the show, actually, because, talking lots is worse than singing. So when you lose your voice, you can't sing, and but once you get your voice back, it's actually what loses your voice more is all this in between sound check and stuff and all that. If you're doing a gig and you sing and you do your first set at a pub or something, then what happens? It's not the singing as much as then you go to the bar, then you talk to the punters, and you're like meow, 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 meow. It's all actually the talking. So I really shouldn't be doing the show, but I love you guys so much, but I won't be singing. Sorry, I've got to save that for the festival in Singapore. All right, gotta go, gang. Let's though, and I'll turn this down. Sound effects. Let's go out with the theme song music. All right, so thank you, people. This has been Good Morning Stackers. We'll see you next week.
Podcast time.
So see you next week. See you tomorrow. Platinum to gold and silver ratio. Make sure you have your. And we'll see you tomorrow. Very positive to see where gold and silver is this week opening. Let's see what happens tomorrow and overnight. Stay safe, stay informed, keep stacking, and I'll see you tomorrow.